Good morning, comic book fans. Welcome back to Comics in 5 Minutes. I'm your ever-loving host, Shorty, and today I'm going to review Liquid Kill. What I've been looking forward to for a while. I've done some whatnot stuff the past, and some stuff I've liked, some stuff I've not. But, excuse me, what I am is a big fan of cyberpunk, both the video game, the tabletop role-playing game, the genre in general, and I'm always interested in seeing what people do with it. My own opinions of cyberpunk have changed quite a lot since I very first started playing tabletop role-playing games based in it, and reading fiction and watching movies and all that kind of thing. But there's a couple of fundamental facts that have stayed with me throughout, which I think are defining features of what should make a cyberpunk story. These are rampant anti-authoritarianism, basically the corporations and the cops are the bad guys, and trans and post-humanism. This can take a number of forms. Usually it's cybernetic modification, but it can be different. Biolands and Blood did something a bit different with it, which I quite enjoyed. And so when I'm reading something like Liquid Kill, my first thoughts are, how are they going to approach these two big subjects? Number one, there isn't really an evil corporate situation going on here. Now, there is a patriarchy, and it is taking advantage of women by effectively taking young girls and draining them with blood to give to rich people. I mean, you can't really say much more than that is just a rampant idea of evils of patriarchy. I mean, it is fully on the nose. It does lack a certain subtlety, but it also leads in quite nicely to give motivations for main characters, and shows that, yeah, not just corporations, but also the general idea of a masculine power structure is bad. It's just that we're used to seeing corporations and police forces run in this way. This is just nailing it a little bit more to a central point rather than giving ideals of it. And I don't mind it. It works really nicely. The actual creepiness of what they're doing is fantastic, and it is dark as all hell. A little bit on the art at this point. There is a general dark and dankness to all the artwork throughout it. It doesn't stop it being beautiful at times. It is absolutely fantastic. But I'm used to a cyberpunk aesthetic which is more drenched in neon, with 3D or augmented adverts everywhere, shining light on the deprivation and the horrible dark nature of the world in this dystopic future. This one is leaning more into griminess. Like, people just accepted that it is grimy and don't really need to be shown how shiny it might be. They live like this, and it's fine, and it's just the way things are. It doesn't mean it's bad artwork. It looks absolutely spectacular. There is, like I say, a really rich darkness to it, and even when you do get some bright colours, they are muted, as if in this future, even the neon that is there, it is running at half power. It doesn't care anymore. There's also some fantastic fight sequences. One in particular, when we get to a little bit of a flashback kind of situation, where we get more background motivation from main character Kai, and we get a fight scene which is absolutely electric. It's a little bit hard to follow on a couple of occasions, but not necessarily a bad way. I think what I did was basically go back and make sure I knew exactly where people were stood, who had been hit in this fight, and how they were still surviving because of the damage. And all that did was really hit home this idea that this guy is augmented in some way. Now, he might not be. This might be like a John Wick kind of situation where he's just the best of the best and nobody can defeat him. But I got more of a sense that he was moving with an unnatural level of alacrity and speed, and the way he can resist damage is surely because he's got some onboard thing taking care of that for him. So having to go back and double check that, all it did was reinforce that this is post-humanism. This is brilliant. This is what I wanted. Fantastic. And it makes the fight scene even better, in effect, because you suddenly realise, yes, that they are drawing impossible things here, but it's on purpose. This isn't just trying to be like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if this character could do this? It's like, no, this character can do this, and it's so good at doing it because of augmentation. And we also get a secondary level of augmentation when we see a couple of very much femme-presenting characters, where they look inhuman. Extended legs, tiny waists, basically elegance to the point of a post-Barbie doll kind of impossible levels of structure to their anatomy. This could be nothing to do with augmentation whatsoever. It could be an artistic choice where they are just trying to show off a certain aesthetic which is futurist. I don't think so. I think because we know that this is going to be an anti-patriarchy kind of comic book, that they are saying that, yeah, here's a commodification of women in a way where their anatomy is up for us to decide how they look, and this is how they're going to be presented. Even the Kai, the lead, who is more of a combat character, even she has an almost unnatural stature, but I get a sense from the way she stands, where it's not necessarily presenting her sexual characteristics, but actually in an intimidating combat kind of stance, that yes, she's got some augmentation which will make her look that way, but also gives her the kind of combat abilities we're expecting the lead of an action sci-fi comic book to have. All in all, Genuinely love this comic book. As an issue 1, I thought it was absolutely fantastic. It was everything I wanted it to be and a few extra things as well. I'm happy to carry on reading this and seeing what they're going to do with their patriarchal power structures, how it's going to be taken down. I think there's going to be some twists in the tail because it looks, if anything, like a slightly straightforward story at this point, and I don't think any good cyberpunk writer is going to tell a straightforward story like that. I think there is more to come, and I can't wait to see how the action and the pacing is going to carry on throughout. Honestly loved it, and I think if you're a fan of anything vaguely cyberpunk, you should give it a shot. You're probably going to get some enjoyment out of it too. That's it from me for now, though. I'll be back later on with another review. Make sure you hit the subscribe or follow or whatever button, and I'll see you when I see you. Until then, look after each other, everyone. Stay safe. Bye.